Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode of the EPL review on Footwood Podcast. My name is Ahis Anthony, and I'm here with the gang. Happy Easter to you all. Okwe, what's up? How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Easter, senior men. It's good to be here.
And making his return to episode, operating from the right flank, putting on the number 7 jersey, putting on the
Shit.
number 7 Portuguese jersey in Ronaldo. Is
Shit.
Deep Ogun.
Hi guys, happy Easter. I don't know where this holiday went to. It seems like it just went
Too
like
short.
flash or something. It was too short now.
Man,
But hey,
You
too
see,
too
something
short,
I
it's
really.
back.
realized.
It's back.
Something I realized is that those 2 days called weekends scam, big scam.
Big
These
God.
4 days
Big
is
God.
what is meant to be. We should just be working Tuesday to Thursday. That's all. Make the money.
I'm telling you, I don't mind.
Honestly, the 4 days it was good, but it feels like it's too short as well now.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it felt
too
like it
short.
was too short. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Sad.
assalamu alaikum to our Muslim brothers that are currently going through the Ramadan season, and we know in a couple of days they'll be done with their fasting as well, and they'll be back
Yeah.
to regular
Yeah.
programming in terms of breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's the
But from
holiday
us
I'm
here,
looking forward to.
yeah, the holiday, yes. So we're back. The EPL review. Since the last time we had the episode, a lot has happened on the EPL table. The first position has changed. Liverpool went first. Manchester City went second. Now Manchester City are back, sitting in the first position. Now in that fight for top four, the fourth, fifth, the fourth, fifth, sixth position has been alternated. At first, Arsenal was sitting there. All of a sudden, Tottenham bounced Arsenal, and now Tottenham is sitting down there. Arsenal was in fifth position after losing 3 straight defeats. They're now in the sixth position, and Manchester United occupy the fifth position. So today we'll be discussing the race for the title. EPL title heats up. I don't know if that's news. It's not news, but we're going to touch it. We're going to look at it, look at the intricacies involved, and also can Liverpool do the quadruple? Because I hear a lot of Liverpool fans have just been gassed up right now, saying
Yeah.
they are going for the kill. They are going for the
Now
four
we.
trophies.
Now we.
I, I,
You know,
I don't know
you
why
know
I'm
when
quite
those
turning
guys
into a
say
Liverpool fan.
Now we. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Don't forget that.
Okay, what?
Ooh, seems like he's having a little issue. I hope it's not lights related though, because every
uh,
every few weeks now the national grid just tends to
it
collapse.
just it just just collapses.
No, it's becoming a pattern. Seriously, it's becoming a pattern. But I mean, till his comes back, I was just talking about. Okay, his, are you back now?
Man, I don't know what's wrong with my internet, but I think this is going to be happening. So when I
Okay,
just go off, you guys should just take it off from
no
wherever we
wahala,
stop.
no
But
wahala. But we
but
can we can hear you clearly, but we can't see you.
Yeah.
yeah, probably it will come back. It will come back. I don't know.
Okay.
The internet was not like this the other day when we had the episode, but it just keeps on fluctuating. So, like I said, we'll
Yeah.
just be discussing um Liverpool can they do the quadruple, and also Manchester
Mm.
United back in the mix for the top four. So let's take it up. Dipo, I know you hate
Well,
Liverpool like crazy. So
essentially,
do you think Liverpool can do the quadruple?
well, it's not beyond them. It's they're well placed or well primed to do that. Even though my heart of hearts, I don't want them to be doing quadruple. What's quadruple? I beg. Nobody should beat Manchester United's treble of '99, or especially with the rival. But they have the squad, they have the team. They've been doing extremely well in terms of cutting down the lead cutting down the lead between themselves and Manchester City in the EPL. Now, is if you snooze, you lose. And Liverpool does not look like a team that will move top, at least with a couple of points, and let it slip
Yeah.
anymore. So
Hmm.
Manchester City should be careful, extremely careful. But as per the quadruple, if they scale past the giant killers in Villarreal who beat Juventus and Bayern Munich to make it to the semi-finals. If they skill past that team, then they should be favourites to ultimately win the cup. Yeah, they have a lot that has Manchester City and Real Madrid, but Manchester City has shown that they can be vulnerable. We saw that on Saturday against Liverpool in the FA Cup. Even though, yeah, you rested some key players, but at the end of the day, they will ask you who did Liverpool beat. It's Manchester City, not a weakened Manchester City side. So
You know.
uh, Liverpool look primed for the quadruple, but I think the best they'll do is win three trophies. No, sorry, they'll win two trophies, not three. They won't win the Premier League. I think Man City will win the Premier League, and I think one of Man City or Real Madrid should win the Champions League. So yeah, that's my take.
What your take?
It's funny that Dikov mentioned that it was it was Man City that was beaten, not a weakened Man City side, because a lot of people
Yeah.
want to take that dig at Liverpool. But I will say that I was surprised that it was I was surprised at the scoreline. I think after halftime it was 2-0. Start of
Mm-hmm.
second half it became 3-0. So I was quite surprised. And I don't blame Pep Guardiola at all. Some pundits threw blame at him that, oh, because even John Terry tweeted and said that you should always play your best team. But you see, Manchester City is not like the other teams from time past. It's not like any other team that John Terry was a part of. I say this because there is great quality in depth. So Pep Guardiola believes that anything he puts out on any given day should be able to get the result done. It's just that
Mm.
simple.
Sure.
So that's just the simple philosophy for Guardiola. So the players not performing optimally, I think it was down to exhaustion. They were not as sharp as they could. Although he did tinker with the squad a bit. However, those crop of players should have been able to produce a win. But I believe Liverpool was just a class ahead on that day. And I believe Jurgen Klopp learnt a lot from the 2-2 draw they had in the EPL just a
Mm.
week before. So I think Klopp learned his lesson, and Liverpool definitely punished them with the chances that they had. And when it came to defense, I must say, it was a good thing to start James Milner in the first half. It was a good thing to start James Milner because he helped a lot as well at the back. Van Dijk as well was a whole lot more composed beside Konate. The back four in general were solid. I must give it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. That was probably his best defensive performance I have seen in a long shot while, I must say. So kudos to them. But they're talking about the title challenge. It might as well just go down to the wire, if you ask me. I really don't see. It might not be a case of the lead being extended.
Mm-hmm.
We might have some upsets to come because we've got games. We've got some big clashes. United versus Chelsea. United versus Arsenal. Chelsea versus Arsenal. So things are going to be happening, and I can't say for sure that any team is going to have a 100% record till the end of the season. So it's going to be down to the wire, just like I said a couple of episodes ago.
Well, what I just wanted to say is, looking at that match, the FA Cup match against between Liverpool and Liverpool and Man City. Oh, where is gone? I don't know. Did he say who or what? Liverpool.
That's what's
I think
up.
if that game had gone another extra 10 minutes, both teams would have scored.
I talk about the league game or
Yeah, the FA Cup on
the FA
Saturday.
Cup. Oh, okay,
If
okay, yeah, yeah,
if
I agree.
if that game had gone an extra 10 minutes, both teams would have scored because they were at each other's throat.
Yeah,
But you could say the mistake made by Sanchez is his name Sanchez? What's his name again? The
Stefan,
second
Stefan.
Stefan. I think that Mane goal was critical to whatever
Yeah,
happened in that game. It was. I think it now brought the momentum to Liverpool, and Liverpool scoring another goal. I know it was a high mountain to climb for Manchester City. Liverpool going 3 goals up. They even tried scoring two after
true.
they
Yeah,
considered three.
yeah.
But
It was quite.
I was on. Okay, you want to say something?
No, no, continue.
Yeah, I was on the platform over the weekend, and we're having this discussion concerning Liverpool doing the quadruple, and it said Liverpool on are on the how did I say it? Liverpool are on the verge of winning 12 possible matches to do the quadruple. 7 games left in the EPL, a semi-final or 2 matches in the FA Cup. which is 9. Then two home and away against in the
Oh,
semi-final
if you're
Champions
counting
League.
the FA Cup, if you count it, then it's one now because they're in the final already.
Yeah, they're in the final. So we could say another 11, possible 11 games to win the quadruple, and it's going to be massive. Really, looking at all these games, like Okpa mentioned, they still have Tottenham to play, which I would want them to beat Tottenham. Who cares? They still have Manchester United to play tomorrow, and massive semi-final tie with Villarreal because you cannot underrate Villarreal. Villarreal
That's
had
point.
put down two big guns in Europe in Juventus and Bayern Munich. So Liverpool cannot just underrate Villarreal. If they underrate Villarreal, it is at their own peril. But I want you guys to look at it. The remaining 11, possible 11 matches. That is, if they win the semi-final 2 legs and go into the final of the Champions League. So possible 11. Is it something Liverpool are these matches easy for Liverpool to conquer? Jigbo, go first.
Uh, okay, I think first things first, we should look at the fixtures. So, like you mentioned, Manchester United tomorrow. I think what's worst that happens to Liverpool tomorrow? It's going to be the worst that happens to Liverpool is a draw. I don't see Manchester
Mm,
United winning that game, not with the way they've been playing. And they have the what's it called? That derby, the Merseyside derby, to
it's a
coming up
derby.
next. So
Form can go out of the window.
yeah, usually somehow it does, but not with this Everton side as that. How do you put it?
Honestly,
Flattering to deceive. So after those 2 games, they now come to the Villarreal game, which I think the first leg will go a long way. First leg is at Anfield, so it'll go a long way. So it depends on how badly they beat Villarreal. But on the face of it, can Liverpool win 11 games on the bounce? It's possible.
Mm,
They did 10 before City stopped them with that 2-2 draw at the Etihad in the league.
hmm
But now they have 11 straight victories to catch up with, which makes it 12 victories on the bounce if you count the FA Cup semi-final win against
Yeah.
Manchester City. Is it doable? No,
Mm.
sometimes I can be superstitious when it comes to football. I don't think Liverpool will win 11 games, but will they win key games? Yeah, they will. So I'm thinking he would he prioritize one of these trophies for the other? I don't know. I know Klopp would be want to chase all these trophies, but he's human, and the team the guys are playing to are human beings, so they will probably lose out on the league. For me, I
Hmm.
keep saying that. I keep saying that they lose out on the league. I think
But
even
Manchester
though
City to have tricky ties though.
yeah, Man City have tricky ties, and I'm sure Guardiola too is looking at winning the Champions League. At least he should win the Champions League for once instead of focusing on winning the league. But it's quite difficult to lose guard at this point in time because if he loses a game and Liverpool overtakes him, I think it's game over in the league. But if he keeps going, if they
Mm.
keep winning and winning consistently like this, then we know that it goes down the wire. Maybe final day like it happened, what's about 2, 3 years ago, where both teams needed the win. Liverpool needed the win, and Man City needed to draw or lose for Liverpool to win the title. Now it comes back to can they win 11 games? I don't think so. It's not going to happen. I think they will
This
drop
this
points.
Liverpool guys, they are this. I think they are close to this level they were 2 3 seasons ago that they went how many games unbeaten
I think they
and
did 15
they
games
came second a point behind Man
behind
City.
City. Yeah,
Behind
yeah.
City, I think they are at that level right now where they can take any team to the cleaners.
Beautiful thing for Liverpool is they have they have that forward line that scares the hell out of me.
Hmm
Luis Diaz will always come in. There's Bobby Firmino, Mane, Salah. They have this crop of players that yes, you can rely on really. But I've seen teams, superstar teams, to falter on days you don't expect them to lose matches. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
football.
saying
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not saying that Liverpool would lose games, but I'm saying it is something that will probably happen because it is these guys are human beings, and
Mm-hmm.
you probably play a team that all they want to do is just score a goal and sit back, relax, whatever you want to do, will keep blocking your balls and you won't score. Imagine it was an Atletico Madrid and Liverpool chasing the league title, for example.
Mm.
We know that those guys are strong at the back. All they need to score one goal and defend. Do you know you probably won't write Atletico Madrid off at this point in time, but Man City too can falter. The match, I think Crystal Palace beat them home and away this season. Who else beat them? Tottenham beat them. A few teams are beating them, though they lost to lesser sides when compared to
Yeah,
Liverpool.
to Liverpool. Yeah,
But I still think Liverpool have one game to lose in the EPL this season, and it might tilt the title race towards Manchester City.
I just hope that game is not against Tottenham. Regardless,
It's not that beef
Okwe,
is
Okwe, I don't know why you're donning. I love Liverpool shirt. You're an Arsenal fan. In case you guys are seeing Okwe easy, Okwe wants to be a fraud on this platform. You're an Arsenal fan.
I have no idea of what he's talking about. I've never heard the name of
Okay.
that club he's trying to associate me
Hello,
with. Just pay
hello, guys.
attention to my
Whoever
shirt.
is watching this, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it recorded, there is an episode we did 2 days ago. Arsenal fan corner. We did a reaction of Southampton but Arsenal, and Okwe was donning the Arsenal shit.
Oh, you
That
guys
was
had
my
the
twin.
you had one after
That was my
Southampton game.
twin. That was my twin.
Yeah.
His name is Tokwe. That was my
Let's
twin.
stop
He has
it.
a T. He has a T in front of his name.
Classic. Okwe, so what's up? Dipo says he doesn't see Liverpool losing, or he doesn't see Liverpool winning all the remaining 11 matches. Do you have a contrary opinion to that?
Um, the truth is, taking a look at the fixtures, all those games are winnable for Liverpool. With the current form that they
Mm.
are in, they can I won't say easily, without due respect to all those teams, but Liverpool can arch a win at the end of the day. So, what is going to be the determining factor in terms of number one, does Liverpool complete the quadruple? Number two, does Man City keep their lead and win and secure the Premiership while they also battle for the Champions League?
Mm.
It's simply going to be down to consistency on both sides for both teams. And if we're talking about consistency, I actually don't favor either Manchester City or Liverpool at this point in time when it comes to consistency. And I'll say this because number one, when it comes to Manchester City, consistency is not their best friend, and Pep Guardiola is the author behind that. He's been a major reason why I feel Manchester City have lost the Champions League. Number one, during he's a major reason why they didn't get to the final during the 2020
Mm.
2019-20 season. That game
Yeah.
against Olympique Lyonnais, the semi-final, I believe him starting Rodri and Fernandinho was the beginning of their downfall, as far as I'm
Mhm.
concerned. But if we're talking about the final, the 2020-21 final, not starting a defensive midfielder
Come on.
was his biggest downfall. So when it comes to consistency, I would blame Guardiola for the reason why Manchester City would not be consistent. When it comes to Liverpool, the truth is that since the 2018-2019 season, this crop of Liverpool players have been quite relaxed. Let's say a little bit of lackadaisical attitude, 18-19 season, they won the Champions League. 19-20 season, they won the Premier League. So these players were a bit relaxed. But then I do like the fact that Klopp made sure that he brought in certain signings that will bring competition to key players. Just look at the signing of Luis Diaz. What a player.
Mm.
I mean, what a signing to have in January. He comes in to hit the
Seriously, man.
ground firing on all cylinders. And then the last couple of weeks, now that Salah has been misfiring, it doesn't seem like such a big deal because they've got Mane who has stepped up and is scoring goals.
Mm.
And then we saw in the Champions League game, Firmino having, one of his famous cameos, scoring two important goals for them. So they've got a dangerous top four. And don't forget a gunman in Diogo Jota. That guy comes up when they need him the most, as far as I'm
I
concerned.
forget
So
that.
yeah,
And funny stats is Salah has not scored in the past how many games? And Liverpool
yeah,
keep winning.
exactly. So they don't need to rely on him. Jota was extremely huge against Manchester City. Jota was in fact was the major reason why Arsenal lost. So
Mm,
they've got a good crop of players, and now they've got players coming back from injury. The young Harvey Elliott is back from injury. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is back from injury as well. And then in terms of defense, they're actually good. They don't really need Joe Gomez at this point in time because Ibrahim Konate has been an immense signing, I must say. And then they've
mm,
got a good backup left back in Schmickers as well. So it's down to consistency, and I really cannot call it because when it comes to Liverpool, it's the players that would actually be at fault. But I know one thing about Jurgen Klopp. Knowing this crop of games to come through, he's going to rotate the
mm,
squad. He's going to rotate his squad, but he will always rotate his squad in a way that they should be able to grind out a win. And one thing about
yeah.
Jurgen Klopp, if he is super, super sure that, okay, I'm going to lose out on this tournament, right? If he's going to have any
Mm,
crucial fixture coming up, as opposed to another fixture, another important fixture, he's going to field a weaker side. He really doesn't care
mm,
because he's going to set his
yeah.
eyes on one competition. So it's a matter of time. I believe time will tell. And the truth is that Liverpool could actually determine which trophy Manchester City wins this season. I think that's going to be the most exciting thing to look out for.
Exactly. Exactly my point. But it's a good thing for Liverpool fans out there. How I wish Arsenal fans can boast of the same, but it's just a pity. The only thing we're vying for,
Too bad for
we've
them.
been we've been booted out. But like I say, there's still hope. I don't see where that hope is coming because next tomorrow they will get beat. Chelsea's going to take them to the cleaners. Chelsea, they will be licking their lips right now to meet Arsenal. So
No
straight
doubt.
up, like we discussed, we said we'll be talking about Manchester United. Yeah, I know there's a lot of games that went down in the EPL. I know most of us know the scores already or know the results already, but we're just highlighting talking points that that in the EPL that we can talk about to do our EPL review today. So Manchester United is back in the mix, and this guy, kudos to this guy, ah, Ronaldo.
The greatest of
This
all time.
I know you was I'm so sure. I know I was not where you are, but I know you'll be so gassed seeing what Ronaldo did on Saturday because he was phenomenal on Saturday. He took that game by the scruff of the neck and he said, Manchester United, you are not going down today. You are getting the 3 points. And he ended with a hat trick. The 60th hat trick of his career, right? I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
60 in all in club our country, 50 for club alone. Well, so watching that game, I saw with a friend and two of my neighbors. And what I said was Ronaldo is going to score 2 goals in this game. I didn't even know he was going to make a hat trick, but I just said 2 goals because we're playing Norwich for crying out loud. But Manchester United have faltered on days like this too. So where's the confidence coming from? I just think Ronaldo will be pumped. I just thought he was going to be
Mm,
pumped to bang in these goals,
mm,
and I thought the game was going to be won in the first half. But I think I spoke too soon or too early on that day. Ronaldo did well. A hat trick, 15 league goals, 21 in all competitions. Not to throw a shade at a certain goat in France, but Ronaldo Ronaldo is playing in the EPL, one of the most competitive, if not the most competitive league in in Europe, and he scored 21 goals. And someone is playing in the Farmers League, 6 goals or less. I don't know.
mm.
Yeah, this is not a debate about who the GOAT is really, but I'm talking about how difficult it is to play the EPL, but he still shows himself to be that shining light as it is amongst his peers. He stepped up, scored a hat trick. But what happens afterwards? We have big games back to back. There's a Liverpool game tomorrow. There's a Chelsea. There's an Arsenal game the
Arsenal
weekend,
on
and there's a
Saturday. Yeah.
Chelsea game
Tea time.
coming up next. So those 3 games apparently will end Manchester United's chances or dreams of making it to the Champions League. Because I'm sure the only issue Tottenham or Arsenal will be having is playing against each other. Every other team,
Mm,
every other team they'll be playing against, and it won't be as tough as it will be for Manchester United. Looking at the next 2 games United have to play. So as a Manchester United fan, since February I've ruled out the team not making it to the Champions League. It's just make Europe, or in fact, it will be better for a new manager to come in and play only domestic football next season and maybe see
But
if he can build
that would be the best thing because
best
I can't
thing
imagine Cristiano Ronaldo playing in Europa League or UEFA
Europa League.
Conference League.
It makes no
Absolutely
sense.
ridiculous.
If it's possible
A
for him not to be
certain
registered, I'm sure he'll take that out. Please don't register me for this
a
tournament.
certain club wanted that last season, and where are they today?
well, well,
Can you
no,
just imagine?
the start for that certain club wasn't great, and I think they had me fooled in February. Okay, I was thinking that Arsenal will finish third, not even fourth, third at the end of the season.
Yeah, because
But now it's
when I
looking
heard Dipo, sorry for cutting you. When I heard your prediction in your apparently
in your podcast
Dipo has a podcast platform called Movies, Music, and Sports, where they
and
talk about
sports. Yeah.
movie, music, and sports. So I heard the sport part of it, and Dipo, okay, can you imagine? Dipo predicted that Arsenal was going to finish third. And ever since then, Arsenal has lost three straight.
What?
Ateta
No.
had me fooled for a minute.
Oh, more
And Arsenal has
no.
lost three straight
My
games after
my
Dipo's
word, my
prediction.
word. Dipo, I'm so sorry.
Maybe
They gave you
maybe
Lamba. I'm so
I should just
sorry.
predict Liverpool will win the league and probably just jinx them or something.
Wow. Well,
but,
you
but
might as well just do that because it seems like you jinxed us now. No, that was great.
also, legendary stuff.
Really, man.
But
No.
okay, okay, that is out of the picture now. We know the best Arsenal can do is fourth, and that's if
Clearly.
Tottenham falters again. But I think for the fourth position, a big decider will be the game between Arsenal and Tottenham. And
So you
that's
don't think Manchester
unfortunate.
United is back in the mix?
See, they have 9 points that they can't win. You'll probably get two out of those nine. The best they can do is two out of those nine. I know a Liverpool exchange the time will probably beat us tomorrow. Arsenal maybe pull out a draw. But now that Arsenal have lost three straight games, I don't see them losing 5 games. It makes no sense. So they probably,
Hmm.
if they lose to Chelsea, they will lose to United. But I don't even see them losing to Chelsea to begin with.
Is that another jinx prediction?
If it works that way, I'll be glad.
Time will tell.
Okay, so
Okay,
top
do you
four:
say
City,
okay?
Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal.
So, okay, do you see Manchester United back in the mix for top four?
It'll be difficult because their defense is not the best.
Horrible.
Right now, and I think Fred sadly has lost form. It's not
Even
the same
injured.
super. Oh, yeah, exactly. And he's even injured right now because I mean, when Fred scored that fantastic goal, was it against Spurs earlier? He seemed to have had one
Hmm.
spring in his step, and he was being a Superman for Manchester United. But Matic coming in and McTominay is even injured as well. But you know
He's
that
injured too, yeah.
Matic being there is terrible for them. Matic has lost his legs because the Matic in Manchester United is a far cry from the Matic that was in Chelsea. You know, so Matic is a no-no for them. That's why they started both Bruno and 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 Pogba as the two
Pogba.
pivot midfielders. And now thinking about it, now that Matic has been injured, they would actually wish that they had Donny van de Beek in the squad.
I'm telling you.
Um,
I'm telling
Yeah.
yeah,
you.
Van der Beek would have been extremely useful because Van der Beek is a box-to-box midfielder. He can play both as a central defensive midfielder, center midfielder, and then as an attacking midfielder. So having sent that type of player on loan is really not the best. But I'm glad that Jesse Lingard had a run in the team. However,
Yeah,
you
true.
know that doesn't mean that they are going to be good defensively. Why else would they have considered 2 goals against Norwich at Old Trafford? I mean, it's for me, it's highly unacceptable. I don't think Norwich, with all due respect to Norwich should not be scoring 2 goals at Old Trafford. But I mean, thank God for Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, the greatest of all time.
That's it.
At the age of 30, 36, scoring
Yeah.
um,
37.
yeah, at 37,
37.
scoring 22 goals in all competition. Meanwhile, there's a 31-year-old striker in one club that he supports who has just scored 4 goals all throughout the Premier League season. I mean, just imagine.
Can you
So
name names, please?
what are we talking about?
I don't understand what Okwe is saying though.
So what are we talking about? Absolutely ridiculous. But do you know the ironic thing is that a lot of United fans and a lot of United legends and popular TV pundits said, "Oh, why did Manchester United go and sign Cristiano Ronaldo. A lot of people felt it was a wrong signing, and a very, very small sector of United fans felt it was a wrong signing. But I mean, if not for Cristiano Ronaldo, I think Manchester United will probably be
We don't
languishing
know
in
where
like
Manchester United will be today. Seriously.
really
Probably
they'll be
find goal.
languishing in eighth or ninth position. I really don't think they'll even be talking
And that's
about
being modest.
Mm.
yeah, sincerely speaking, because the amount of games United have lost, or rather, not let's not even talk about games lost. Let's talk about points lost
Drugs.
in at critical
Mm.
stages in a game.
True. True.
It's
True.
it's bad. It's really, really bad. And to be honest, there really hasn't been a difference between Ranić being in charge and
Social.
Solskjaer being in charge. Really, really
Agree.
hasn't been. I expected them to be a whole lot more solid under Ranić. And the game against Spurs, he went with a three at the back, and he had Ronaldo and Cavani as
Mm.
the top two strikers. Quite all right. Cavani finds a way not to be fit when United need him the most. I really
I'm
don't know why,
telling you.
but
Is he
but
injured?
when
Is he
Is
injured?
it John? Is it
right,
Is he
John again?
injured?
just
Yes.
imagine, just again, and then before the international break, he played both games for Uruguay,
For you
scoring
guys.
important goals for them. So I really don't understand it. It's
So,
that's
guy, yeah.
mind-boggling for me.
What would you do with
So
that?
it has
we
to be
said
because my
we said
sorry,
we're going to use 30
just to
minutes.
conclude,
We said we're
just to
going to
conclude,
use
but
30
then,
minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
but shortly I'll conclude that. But my point is that when he went with a three at the back, it did something for you for this United said. Two things he did for United.
Mm.
Number one, it was able to curb individual errors. I mean, right now playing with that four at the back, Maguire is as open as a field. I'll just put it that way. Let's just leave it. Let's not dive into the Maguire issue. One, so it
My
curbs
guy has a story
individual
on his own.
errors. Different story on his own. We probably need a different episode to
I'm
discuss
telling
Maguire.
you.
So, number one, that three at the back curbs individual errors. Number two, it creates a balance between attack and defense. So
Mm.
even when you have someone like Ronaldo and Cavani who is not willing to track back, it really doesn't matter. It wouldn't really be a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
However, playing with that three at the back would obviously limit the likes of Lingard, Sancho, and Elanga. They would need to find a way to, blend themselves into the squad because they've got great. In fact, Wan-Bissaka is a better wing back than a fullback. So Wan-Bissaka would have, taken that right wing back position, and then you have Shaw will be the left-sided centre back, and then you probably have Teles and maybe Elanga struggling for the left wing back position. However, I feel that would have been the best thing. And then going forward, I think Ranić was just doing too much with the team. But hey, that's just what it is right now. And I don't see United
Well,
actually scoring top four. Maybe I think it might
for me,
just be Spurs at the end of the day, sadly.
I feel Manchester United is back. They are back in the mix. For me, I feel tomorrow we will be surprised with the result that happens tomorrow because football, like I said, football is the game of 90 minutes. Anything can happen. I'm not writing United. I'm not writing Manchester United out. They could pull a surprise in tomorrow's match against Liverpool. But it is what it is. So thank you guys for making it today. Please, we're enjoying you guys to follow us on our social media platform. We are on Instagram and also we are on Twitter. Our handle is at Footowich. You can also listen to the audio version of our podcast of this video you're watching. You can listen to the audio version on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and also Anchor. From me and on behalf of you guys, thank you so much, Dikbo. Thank you so much, Okwe, for being on today's
Yes.
show.
Yeah. Thanks for
Stay
having me.
blessed and have a nice week.